This is the season that increased debt the most. People spend all year paying off debt and then turn around and rack it back up again. You want this house, the white picket fence, you want to be a good parent, you want all these things, but you can't afford it. It doesn't matter if you're the breadwinner. It doesn't matter if you're the change maker in your family. You the one that got it out the mud. You the one that be able to pass the torch. You are not responsible for everybody else. Welcome to Your Success Stories. I am your girl, Nika Johnson, and I'm going to help you get there. I'm a credit coach and budgeting expert, and I help people take control of their money, baby. Look, if you don't want to be broke no more, I need you to listen up. That's right. It is the holiday time, and I need you to understand this is one of the ways that you can save the most money in this season. That's right. Take out your pen, take out your pad, because class is in session. This is the time of the year that people go into debt the most. That's right. Because it's the holiday time, it's Thanksgiving, they're traveling, our family's traveling, and so the cost of groceries, entertainment, and bills from hosting Christmas, we don't want to talk about that. And I know that people don't want to hear me say, don't buy your kids Christmas presents. Now, if you do buy your kids Christmas presents, then do this first, okay? I'm not saying not to buy your kids Christmas present, but ask yourself, do you want to be in the same position that you are in now, a year from now? This is the season that increased debt the most. People spend all year paying off debt and then turn around and rack it back up again. And now you're in this rat hole race in today's society of this American dream of you want this house, the white picket fence, you want to be a good parent, you want all these things, but you can't afford it. So it's time to take the blindfolds off and realize what you can and cannot do. And the reality of it is you can't afford to be trying to go outside your budget and buying all these gifts and presents for everybody that don't even do for you in the same in return. It doesn't matter if you're the breadwinner. It doesn't matter if you're the change maker in your family. You the one that got it out the mud. You the one that be able to pass the torch. You are not responsible for everybody else. You're responsible for your own household, your immediate household. And if you got grown kids, you're not necessarily responsible for them, because sometimes you are being more of a crutch to them than an asset. Let me say that again. Sometimes you are becoming more of a liability to people when you're thinking that you're helping them and you only really hurting them and yourself in the end. You always could be able to be there for everybody else, but you cannot call that same person in return. Let me explain. Them same people that's always calling you to borrow $1,000, $10,000, $20,000, I can keep going. Them same people that's calling to borrow that money, can you pick up the phone and call them? I'll wait. Let me know. And half the time the answer is no. So why do you keep feeling so obligated to show for everybody else? This is why you broke. This is why you outside your budget. You're trying to buy your kids the world. Trying to buy your grandkids the world. The world? What does that mean? Are you doing something as a people pleaser? Because you ain't gonna never be right being a people pleaser. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. People always gonna have something to say. So quit trying to worry about what everybody else thinks for once in your life. Do something, make a choice today that your later self would thank. Sometimes people spend all this money to put gifts underneath the Christmas tree just to take a picture and show the world of how good of a parent that you are. The reality of it is you trying to spend all this money that you don't even have, taking your account negative, maxing out your credit card, doing a holiday loan, money now loan, courtesy pay, taking out loans with 16-20% interest rate from one main, doing cash advances. It's not worth it. It does not make you a bad parent because you can't do in this season. You know what you can do? Put a roof over their head, to give them clothes, food on the table, to be able to give them love and nurture them, and to be able to steer them from right from wrong, to be a good person in this world. That's what matters. Not about getting that PS5 because everybody else got it. Now I get it about wanting to give our kids the best. to be able to give them the things that we want. But sometimes our pocket is empty and dry because we keep trying to give when we cannot give. You borrow from here, you borrow from there. You ain't never managed your finances. And while we at it, do me a favor. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications, because it's about to get you seeing here. The reality of it is, this does not make you a bad parent because you can't give them everything that you want in this season. Life happened to you. You are fighting silent battles that you keep masking from the world and from your kids and hiding from the pain, but you keep crying in the shower at night. You don't know if you coming or you going. You are in a situationship that does not mean anything for you. It's time to hop off that shit. I don't care if it's a relationship, a friendship, a courtship, whatever ship it is. If it does not give you value and to be able to serve you in this season, it is okay to be selfish. The reality of it is, you are broke because you're trying to impress others. You're trying to impress a whole bunch of broke. For what? See, some folks they be looking like they got money, but they don't have it. It's so easy to try to impress folks through the internet. Worrying about what's real and what's fake. Worry about street credit when you need to be worrying about your real credit. What is your credit score? And let me add, this black girl that grew up in the hood at the age of 32 have an 849 credit score. Boom! The credit score ranges from 300 to 850, and I have an 849. Check that out. That was hard work. That's discipline. And this is what I want to get into it. If you want that house, you're not going to get that house with the spending habits that you have. You're not going to be able to get a real credit card unless you learn how to keep balances paid off and not just pay them off because you want to go use it again because you got a birthday trip coming up or because you got a celebratory event that's coming up. You want to celebrate your friends, your family, or a milestone, or whatever the case may be. You should do it with the intent to be able to get your finances in order so it can stay in order. So you could quit depending on your credit cards. Quit making bad financial habits because you're too busy feeling like you can't trust nobody. When I done proved myself time and time again, at least you can trust me. I'm showing you the way of the things that I have done, and the receipts be receipting, and maybe you could Google me. I wouldn't have an 849 credit score, and I'm talking about FICO, not no credit card, but I'm talking about the real credit score. I would not have that if it did not take discipline, if it didn't take grit, if it didn't take resilience. See, it's hard having bad credit, and it's also hard having good credit because you got to make for sure you maintain that, because it's so easy to mess up your credit and it's harder to fix. So ask yourself, what do you really want? Do you want to keep struggling the way you're struggling? Because I know sometimes we have this thing in us that we always see the best in people. Potential that you see into others is not real. It's something of us. It's you. You see their potential, but do they see it for themselves? It's the projection of what you would do if you was in their shoes. You know, if someone got a whole lot of credit card debt, it's easy for me to jump in and be like, well, I would do this, this, and this. But some people don't even have that strength or the tenacity or the capabilities to be able to do that. See, we got to quit projecting onto others of what we would do in certain situations if we was in their certain situations. What are they going to do? So I'm going to propose this. What are you going to do to get you out of this financial rut? You are dependent more on your credit cards more than you ever have. Every offer that kept coming out to you, you kept applying for it, and now you're maxed out on your credit card debt, and you're working 2 full-time jobs just to get by. Or you got a full-time and a part-time, and you barely got time for your kids or time for yourself. It's time to make time to pay off that debt so you could get back your time in your life. So you could quit being a slave to the mentality of broke society, of glorifying being broke, because that ain't no badge of honor. The real badge of honor is choosing you. The real badge of honor is financial literacy. The things that really matter in life. But see, some folks don't want to talk about those things in life until they hit rock bottom. And they realize that they can't depend on the world or their friends or the parents or anybody else, because everybody around them don't know financial literacy. The thing that's not taught in the schools, the things that your parents did not know. And you cannot keep faulting your parents for the things that they did not know, because guess what? You don't know it, and you're too busy about to repeat the cycle unless you wake up right now and do something. Stop what you're doing and browse my website. You can go visit www.budgettosuccess.net or www.isthatinYourBudget.com. You got affordable resources. You got options to be able to work with me, but there's no reason why that you will be in the same position next year, being broke, going through financial battles in silence, and feeling like that you can't speak up and ask for help. You ain't the first person to mess up your finances, and you damn sure ain't gonna be the last one. I want you to learn how to applaud yourself. That's right. Stop what you're doing. Applaud yourself for watching this video, to staying true to yourself and knowing that you need help, and at least been watching all my videos to be able to get the help that you need. I am here to help, but are you mentally ready? Don't go broke this season because you want to buy a whole bunch of gifts. You want to go out of town. You want to be the world's greatest parent, and now you maxed out in debt. Don't go broke and buying a whole bunch of gifts on some things that do not matter, because half the time your kids don't even play with them baby dolls. They rather play with the box that the baby dolls that came in. Y'all ever know when we was kids, the kids like to play in the little, when we doing laundry, they would play in the baskets. Those things was fun. Or building a tent in the front room, but you don't want them touching your furniture. See, I don't know if y'all hear me, but stop what you're doing so you can continuously to hear me, and make for sure you like and comment and subscribe and turn on your post notifications. It's time to stop these bad money management choices. It's time to stop making these bad money management decisions that have impacted you, that have led up to this moment. So I'm here to tell you, get your finances in order. Fix your credit, learn how to budget, save some money, build that business, do whatever it is of how you can achieve success, so I can help you navigate that journey. But quit trying to do it alone. You ever heard the phrase, if you want to go far, you go alone. If you want to go further, go together. Are you ready to go with me on this journey of navigating success? Because baby, it ain't easy. It ain't the faint. It ain't for the faint of the heart. Life is hard. Having bad credit is hard. Having good credit is hard. But guess what? You choose your hard. And I always tell y'all, being born into poverty isn't a choice, but staying there is. So what are you going to do? The best gift that you could give your kids in this season is financial stability, to maintain a roof over their head. Don't go spend all this money on some gifts and then you get shut off notices. Does that make sense? You ain't gotta buy the latest Jordans. You go to Ross, Marshalls, an outlet store, sign up for Salvation Army, Secret Santa, get the help that you need, but get out this financial rut. Because we don't want to be in the same position a year from now. Because if you're in the same position you are in from a year from now, and the year before that, the year before that, then what the hell you doing? Turn this off, because this ain't for you. Because you obviously not learning your lesson. But this is for anybody that wants the change. Be the change. And it starts now. It starts today. Get your finances in order. Quit playing it safe. Quit procrastinating. Time is of the essence, and tomorrow ain't always promised. We're always quick to say them, them old school phrases, until it knocks on our door. We never think it happens to us until it does. Do you have money in savings right now? Or emergency funds of a minimum of $1,000? Could you afford your bills for the next 3 months if you lost your job or your income? If you have to bury your child, do you have proper life insurance? I ain't just talking about life insurance outside your employer. If your car broke down, do you have the financial means to be able to cover that? Only you know those answers. Before we get out of here, I need something from you. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. For a long time, for a while now, I've been pushing myself to continuously to build this YouTube channel. And there's moments that I get discouraged because the engagement is low. People not commenting or responding, or some don't subscribe. And I know what I have to offer is real, because I'm one of the realest out there, okay? No cap. I ain't gotta pretend to live a certain life or anything like that. What you see online is the same off. I always say this phrase is, my life is gonna be the same online and offline. Can you say the same? I don't have to fake a false reality to improve somebody, because I don't really give a what people think, because guess what? They opinions. Somebody always gonna have one. When I bought my house, it's congratulations, and that was motivation. Or other people, oh my gosh, the interest rate's so high, I would never buy a house in this market. Yeah, you, but you're not me. Quit living your life from others. I told y'all early on, quit being a people pleaser. I grew up in the trenches. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to survive. I made for sure my child did not have to endure the same upbringing that I had. We're not gonna keep struggling. We're not gonna keep being broke generation after generation. I wanted to change that, and I did that. I purchased my first home at the age of 24 years old. I was able to build $1 million real estate portfolio today. I graduated college with 4 years in all, even being pregnant my sophomore year. I paid off my first vehicle and I rode that car until the wheels fell off. I paid down my debt. I paid my student loans. I see people in these groups and be like, oh, I would never pay my student loans. Yeah, that's why you go never be where you want to be with those silly mistakes and that mentality of that mindset that you have. To be able to pay off all my debt with the exception of my mortgage. To buy every property that I have off of one income. To be able to have an 849 credit score. Have you ever seen that? Black excellence, baby. Representation, that's what matters. So we can know that we can do it, we can believe it, we can dream it. That thought, that ideal, it's time to make that a reality. If I can do it, you can do it. But it takes hard work and it didn't happen overnight. Don't have no unrealistic expectations saying, oh, Nika, I want an 850 credit score and you in a 400, you think you will get that by tomorrow. It ain't gonna happen that way. But we could create a plan to get you there with realistic expectations so we can have realistic results. There was times that I wanted to give my child things that I did not have. But instead of sacrificing all my life, I made the necessary sacrifices in those seasons to live the way that we're living now. So I say this to you. What are you willing to sacrifice now? What are you willing to give up? Sometimes it may be picking up another job. Sometimes it's downgrading your plan, downgrading your life, turning that vehicle because it's too expensive, it ain't in the budget. Sometimes it's going back home to stack your paper and make some money. What are you willing to sacrifice in this season? Don't go broke for the wrong reasons. And before we get out of here, I just got one question for you, okay? Is that in your budget? If not, you better be.